Good afternoon. Our first hard frost has hit. It has killed off the sweet potatoes that we're growing here, and it's time to dig them up. We have grown 15 feet of sweet potato in a single row in our grow box here that is filled with sawdust and sand. Let's see how many sweet potatoes we got, and I'll show you how easy it is to grow and harvest sweet potatoes that you've grown in sand and sawdust using the Mittleider method. I've trimmed down the vines over here. I've mowed it to be more exact, and I have begun peeling back the plant from the grow box. This grow box is 4 feet wide and 15 feet long, and I have the sweet potatoes planted down the right side of the box as we're looking at it. The left side was Yukon Gold potatoes, and those have already been harvested. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of that vine pulled back and out of the way, and then I'm going to be able to harvest. The advantage to growing a sweet potato in a grow box filled with sand and sawdust is you can dig it with your hand. You don't need a shovel, you don't need a potato fork. I can just reach in there with my hand, root around, pull the sweet potatoes out, and put them in my cart. Alright, we've got all of the growth pulled back and out of the way. We did have a few sweet potatoes that came out with it. You can see it laying on top of the box filled with sand and sawdust. There is all of the plant growth just kind of rolled over. It's a loud truck. Rolled over and out of the way, and now it's time to start digging the sweet potato. All we got to do is use our hand, reach down into that very light and fluffy sand and sawdust, and pull them out. All right. And this is all we have to do. To harvest your sweet potato. These are Georgia Jet. Now, the soil looks like it's fairly dark, but it is indeed sawdust and sand. It's was fresh cut probably in April, so it has been decomposing, which is why it has the dark color to it. There is no nutrition in sawdust and sand for the plants, and I mentioned earlier we're using the Mittleider gardening method, so on a weekly basis I was coming down with the fertilizer for these guys, putting it directly on my custom growing medium, and then watering it in to make sure that they had sufficient nutrition to grow. Not just any type of sawdust will work for this. If you go to somebody that has a table saw and collect that stuff, it is far too fine. It doesn't allow for proper drainage, and you will run into issues with anything that you grow in it. I do have a video showing the correct size and type of sawdust and talk about where to find it, and I will put an iCard link here for you, and I will also add that to the description box. You wouldn't be able to do that easily in soil. This sawdust, although it is just not quite a year old, I can use it again next year for next year's crop. I will just add more sawdust, fill the box, turn it in to redistribute the sand that's in here with it, and I can continue to grow in it. All of this root mass that's in here will break down and add to our soil. Alright, I'm going to shut this down for now, get to harvesting the rest of these sweet potatoes, and I will show you this yard cart here when I'm all done to show you how many we got out of 15 feet of grow box. Alright, all done. 15 feet of sweet potato is dug. That cart down there that you see with the potatoes in it is almost half full with sweet potatoes. It holds a little over a yard of material. I'm not sure on the weight, and to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to weigh it all. I'm going to get all this inside. It's getting dark. Get it in the garage so that they don't freeze, and we're going to let them cure in the garage. These should be ready in time for some amazing Thanksgiving pie. I've got everything laid out. I'm going to get a weight on it, transfer it back into the lawn cart, and get them put inside so they don't freeze. I'm going to weigh all this, and I'll report back to you the final weight. There's the first tote full, and that is 37 pounds. I'm going to get that emptied out and fill it up again. We were able to get the remainder of them into the container there, and there are 45 pounds and 7 ounces in that batch for a grand total of 83 pounds and 7 ounces. These were grown in a single row in a 15-foot long grow box, so we averaged 5.5 pounds per foot. If you are interested in how we grew this in sand and sawdust using the Mittleider method, we have more videos on the topic that you can watch. You can also find a group on Facebook called the Mittleider Gardening Method. Free to join. There's a lot of people in there that grow this way, and you can learn more about the Mittleider Gardening Method there. Thanks for watching.